Okay, we're out and about again. It's quite windy here. We're in the hills just outside Belfast. Don't know if you can see the cranes in the background there of Harland and Wolff. However, we're up at another military establishment just on the outskirts of Belfast, and it's the American Military Cemetery, Lisnabreeny. I'll have to show you photographs of it here in the notice board, because all of the soldiers who had been buried here were exhumed and transferred back to America at the end of World War II. So this was the cemetery here, which would have followed this path, just beyond the obelisk, into the field beyond, and that's where the soldiers were buried. Might even be able to see to the behind of it, just here, that was an anti-aircraft battery, and you can see it would have had a great view over Belfast, and it was there to protect from the German Air Force. And then just beside it there were Nissan huts for the anti-aircraft battery. I'll let you see the cemetery location first of all, and then we'll look around and see what remains of the anti-aircraft battery. Sadly, I'll spoil the surprise, not a lot. So, it was 148 American servicemen died in World War II in Northern Ireland, and this was the only American cemetery for American personnel in World War II. Now, whenever this was opened in 1943, there had been American servicemen buried throughout Northern Ireland, but whenever the cemetery opened up, 148 of them died and were buried in this location. So we have a little obelisk here with the names of all the soldiers who died. A lot of them died of natural causes, accidents, but there were 40 who died in aircraft accidents and things like that. Strangely, it's not in alphabetical order. It's just the names of all the soldiers and American servicemen. So they would have been buried just beyond. There normally would be an American flag flying here, but I suppose maybe because it's time of the year, getting near November, taking it down. So the cemetery actually was in this field, just beyond this hedge, and that's where the graves all were, just overlooking Belfast. Just behind, just behind that Rolls Royce you see sitting there, is the location of the anti-aircraft battery that was left to protect Belfast in World War II. So sadly nothing remains of it, and we'll take a walk down to where the Nissan huts were to see if there's any remnants there. So we'll pause this video in a wee second. So that's the location of the anti-aircraft battery, and just past that hedge is the location of the Nissan huts where the servicemen were billeted. So we'll pause this for a second and restart it once we get down there. Okay, well, I've made it across the hedge, and you can see it's been raining pretty heavy here, pretty wet. So this is the area where the billets were for the men that manned the anti-aircraft guns. Just get my shadow out of the way here. So there's not much in this field, just the remains of a few brick walls. That's about it. World War II billets for the soldiers. There's bits of concrete, a lot of shadows in the way. Not worry about it too much because there's not too much to see anyway. Bits of concrete scattered about. It's a farmer's field. Another bit of concrete. So no doubt after World War II the place was demolished. Everything of use. There's a wall in there. That's probably the base of the hut in there, or one bit of it anyway. So there's a lot of brambles, so I would assume that anything, there's another wall in there. So I would believe that obviously the open field area, there's nothing left, but under all these brambles I would have no doubt that a lot of the bases will probably remain. No real access, nothing to see, no relics, so they'll not be able to pick anything up obviously, and shouldn't really lift anything in because that's not on my property. But you can see it would have been a large camp at one time, and stretches over there, so you can see all those bits of bramble and stuff, no doubt. My boots are getting stuck in the mud, you can hear it sucking away on my feet. So we'll take a wee walk across. So this would have been a hive of activity, no doubt. That's where the soldiers lived and spent all their time. A bit drier now. So we'll take a wee walk on over. So this whole area then, and the anti-aircraft, Mr. Orientator says again. So this was the Nissan huts would have been here. The anti-aircraft battery was on the other side of that hedge, and then the American Cemetery was just diagonally past those trees on the other side of the road. But I'll take a wee walk across. I've gone into 6 minutes, that's probably too long. You're probably all switched off by now. So I don't think there's too much more to see in here, folks. One look over here. You can see there is lots of bricks and all still lying about, so it's just a bit of concrete. So sadly not a lot to see, but it's nice to know it was here, and it's been remembered in the form of boards and information. Yeah, just in there's a few more walls. So that's about it, folks. So this is Lisnabreeny, just on the outskirts of Belfast, overlooking the city. There's a nice wee bit of concrete and stuff. People think you're a boring getting excited about a bit of concrete, but it is fascinating. So there is a lot of history on your doorstep, folks. Get yourselves out and about. All very interesting stuff. So hopefully I'll stumble across something else in the meantime, and I'll get back to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. See you in a bit.